Hey everybody, Rob here at Final Third Cigar.
And I'm Isaiah.
And today we're doing our Friday pairing with the All Saints St. Francis Toro.
And we're going to pair that with the Smith Woodhouse Lodge Reserve Port. This port we chose specifically because it has a lot of dark fruit notes and it's got a richness to it. There's also a little bit of a clover honey note towards the finish on this, and we think that dark and actually a little bit of that lighter sweetness from the honey type sweetness that comes in there will pair well with the St. Francis.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the other reasons why we like this pairing was the cigar itself is $11.79 here at Final Third. The port is actually only $7 a pour.
Yeah,
and we do 3-ounce pours on the port. With our discount we're doing on our pairing for the week, you're going to be getting this for about $16.50 plus tax, and it's going to be a great pairing. I hope we sell out, because this is one of those pairings I think it's going to be perfect with the chocolatey notes and the fruity honey cherry kind of notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's going to go nice. So
I think you need to do a cold draw before you light up.
That would be a good idea.
Do your cold retro if you want to.
Getting a little barnyard.
There is almost a
Hay.
There is hay. There's almost cinnamon.
Yeah, it's like
cinnamon out in the distance.
Yeah, but it's trying to get to some kind of a baking spice. I can definitely tell that.
It might be raisiny.
A little grassy too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's some manure too. Gonna love it.
Hey.
Taste the manure?
Yes.
Go out and lick your cow pies.
So that Rob can quit talking about cow pies.
Manure.
This light brought to you by my trusty old Cigar that Rob always gives me crap for.
Yeah. Looks like crap. Still works.
It's been rocking 3 years now.
Hey, you know what? You got one of the good ones, that's for sure. I've got a couple of them that are still working good. They just lid's falling apart or whatever else too. Who knows?
That being said, Rob's Light brought to you by Final Third Cigar and Vissel.
Exactly. Stop by and grab you a cutter and a lighter here. We definitely will be getting more cutters in. We also have lots of lighters, whatever size you want. Rep our logo, man.
One of the things that I love about a Toro is the smoke completely cools by the time it hits your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I've been smoking a lot of Coronas and Robustos this week, and you come back to something like this, and it just all the way cools, and it's just pure flavor at that point.
Well, you'll learn how to smoke smaller ring gauge cigars one of these days. So lots of pepper on the nose.
Yeah.
There's definitely still getting like a lot of earthiness.
Yeah.
Earthiness. I don't remember too much of it.
There's like a hay cereal-y quality on the palate. But and then pepper on the nose, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. And this is the original St. Francis from last year. There's also the St. Francis Colorado that's came out this year. But this is last year's. This is the first St. Francis with Albano Oscuro wrapper on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm predicting Fruit Loops when we put them together.
I don't know. I'm thinking cherry cordials.
Okay.
Oh, that is beautiful together.
Yeah.
We hadn't even tried this yet, so.
Smoked a sip. It actually kind of dried out a little bit of that wine, of the port, because the port is a sweeter, desserty wine.
Yeah. It took away some of that sweetness.
That's what I mean.
It made it almost like made it feel like more like a Merlot.
Yeah.
Not quite as dry as a Cab, but definitely made it feel more like a Merlot.
Yeah, there's like dark cherries, almost a marshmallowy thing.
So what you're saying is cherry cordial.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
give you
you.
that. I'll give you that. Cherry cordial.
You can go the other way now.
I forgot how good this cigar was. My gosh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dark chocolate cherry cordial when you go from sip to smoke.
Yeah,
That's good.
it is really good.
Now, there is a lot of the spice notes, especially in the nose. I mean, like my nose is still lit up, just blowing a little bit out there. So
After the pour, the retro hell for me is almost barbecue-y. Like it has a little
can
bit
see
more
that.
smoky quality to it.
or
than-
mesquite.
Yes.
Mesquite, yeah. So, yeah, we decided to stick with one pairing because last week's pairing we had a few too many to drink. and
Yes. This is
I can
true.
barely put words together. So,
Yeah.
luckily, I have a couch here at the lounge I can sleep on. after
Yeah,
that.
I was surprised Nick sold you out on the Pulpit podcast.
It's all good. It's all good.
I told him, I said, we're a little uncoordinated in this one. Is there any reason? I said, yeah, because we paired 5 different drinks
Yes.
together.
And I finished them all. I know
You finished
didn't,
them all. I did not finish them all.
'cause somebody had to go play with kids.
That sounds
Well,
rough.
Yeah.
Somebody had to
guess-
go to VBS.
Yeah, that might sound a little bit better than
Yeah.
go play with kids.
Yeah, that is rough, Rob. Somebody had to
Sorry.
go play with the kids.
Sorry.
Rob's
Not all of
thinking
us
that.
think like, pastors with dirty minds. So
Hey, you got to be on your guard as a pastor now, especially when kids come up.
yes, you do.
Wow.
I really like that.
I do too.
I'll tell you something. I'd like to play around with this sometime. Is actually go and get a nice cab, and see how a Cabernet would do with this.
Yeah.
Definitely would completely eliminate any sweetness, but I bet that would be a good pairing as well.
Yeah, you just have to make sure that it is an actually nice cab.
Right.
Not like your $20 bottle that has
Yeah.
a lot of acidity. Because,
I love a good cab.
oh, me too, man.
Lisa's not as much. She likes more of the sweeter wine. She loves port. She likes Moscatos, some Rieslings.
I don't do sweet wines. For whatever reason, I do ports, though. I think they just fit in a different category.
It is. I mean, this is sitting at what, 18%?
Yeah, they are fortified.
Little
with
higher.
brandy. 19.5%.
Nice. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
We should have filled it all the way top. Wait, you don't have any, kids to go hang out with this afternoon, do you?
No,
Okay,
I don't
good.
have anything to do this afternoon.
Well,
really.
good. Oh, shoot, I should have waited for you to do the filters.
I would have helped you.
I know you would have. So, yeah, I've been working on trying to get things done and caught up around here and got the filters all put in the smoke eater, so
Yeah.
we're all back to being fresh and ready to go again.
Oh, yeah. Those things are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the filter on them, like the filter gauge had gone to red, and somebody yesterday was talking about how good, or not yesterday, Saturday, we're recording on a Monday, was talking about how good the air quality is in here, and it's like,
And we're just going, gosh, it's not good right now because it's been so much better.
oh yeah. But even at their worst, those things are fantastic.
Well, and pulling all the filters out, there's a nice, there's probably a good 2.5, 3 inch thick charcoal filter.
Yeah.
And then there's the big filter that cleans, basically just cleans all the air. And then the outside filter just kind of catches all the big stuff. So it does a great job. I mean, those filters were a little dirty.
I believe
But
that.
that's
Really
6 months.
6 months?
That's been in there ever since but the first month and a half was only a few of us smoking.
Well, it had to pick up all the construction dust,
Exactly,
too.
all
Yeah.
that dust, and so I'm anticipating we're gonna have to change those out probably every quarter, maybe stretch out to 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So it is cherry cordial, but it's light on the cherry. After you go back to the smoke, you pick it up again as soon as you go to the port.
Mm-hmm.
This port
Yeah.
with this cigar reminds me a lot of a Luxardo cherry.
It does, yeah. Deep, rich, thick cherry juice and all that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what else really much to say because this is just such a complimentary pairing that there's not a lot going on in the cigar when we're doing the pairing.
Yeah.
You taste those three notes, basically. The
Yeah.
creaminess, the cherry, maybe even like almost a blackberry maybe.
Yeah.
And then the chocolate, dark chocolate.
Totally.
So if we go back to the cigar only, I'm wondering what notes we're going to get on that.
I think I'm going to need... You want a water? Figure out what's on the cigar without
Sure.
the port?
Yeah, I mean, there is a woody component, like a not cedar, more like I don't know, like a walnut or something like that.
I think so.
There's that. You got a little bit of the pepper notes still in there on the retro. Leather, that's what I'm getting that I kind of forgot about. As we walk away from the camera, let it keep rolling. We're back.
It's chill.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's taking us as, professionals at this by any means. Thank you.
Absolutely.
This glass of water brought to you by Final Third Cigar.
Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, located in Ingalls, Indiana, 180 East Broadway. Come and see us for all of your pairing needs.
Nice job.
Thank you.
If you just wear a tube top, man,
Tube
all
top?
kinds of listeners in here.
You really think somebody would want to
Yeah,
see
probably
all
not.
of that?
Probably not.
There's a whole lot to be seen. There's some definite, like that leather is definitely there.
Yeah.
There is, it's for sure just like creamy.
You getting that woodiness though, a little bit?
Slight.
It's just like a dark wood. I can't really picture what the wood is. It's not like an oak. It's not like a cedar or a pine. It's just like a really dark, almost like the walnut shells on the inside of the walnut shell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. That's what
I
it
can
is.
see that. Dried acorns on a fall day as you kick through the leaves.
Yeah. Squirrel cracked it open for you and licked it for you just so it'd be clean. You just take a small nip off the end.
Yeah. Just a nip.
Just a nip.
Oh my gosh.
Chew it up, and when your saliva blends with it, it becomes almost like a nut butter. You lay it on the roof of your mouth, and you can't drink because it's like stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Oh wow. There you go.
That's exactly it, right there.
That's the note.
It's chewed up squirrel acorns. Love it.
Don't take that seriously, whoever you are.
No.
It's so dumb.
No, Lisa and I went up north and went out to the reservoir for a while, hung out,
Yeah.
and smoked a lot of cigars on the way up and on the way back, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I saw you smoke that Las Calaveras.
I did. Thank you for that. It was good.
Still good?
Oh yeah.
Very good.
I still have one in the back. I'm
Yeah.
kind of babying until we get the new shipment coming soon.
2022. So
Yep.
Rob and I kind of bonded over the 21 Las Calaveras.
That was so good.
And so I had found some, brought him one to make up for me being gone. Just kidding.
No.
I just brought him one because I knew he would appreciate that.
Very good
And,
cigar.
They are fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the 2022 release.
Me too. I don't know much about it yet. He sent me an email with the information on it, and I honestly can't remember.
But that's one of the things is at PCA.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the ones we'll do a pairing with eventually.
Yeah.
Although we'll have to do it pretty early because
It'll be gone,
it'll be gone,
quick.
and then they won't be back until next year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Got a lot of really good cigars coming. Espinosa's got, I think, 4 new ones It's going to be coming in. We got all those classics from Aladino that's coming in. The new sizes of the Cameroon from Aladino. The Las Calaveras, obviously.
Yeah.
There's several other ones that are going to be coming. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these new blends. Really wish I was able to be out at PCA this week.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody had to go on vacation and screw up my plans.
Well, I had fun.
I'm sure you did. I'll go next year.
Yeah. But, no, it looks like there was quite a bit released at PCA this year. I saw that Crown Heads also released Le Patassiere or something like that. And then they also did one with – there's another family that they did a collab with.
I read about that. I can't remember who it was now, but, yeah, you're right. Well, and that other one you're just talking about, Dave, I tried to see if Dave will bring me back a couple samples for us to try. Because I'd love to see what that's about. Because I've never seen that cigar.
I think I've smoked that cigar.
Hey, really?
Yeah, they always do early releases to all the Nashville shops, and I think last time I was in Nashville, I got one.
Huh.
So,
well, good for you.
Good for me. I don't remember what it was like because I was just like, never seen this one before.
You're probably hammered.
Heads. No, I wasn't hammered.
Probably drunk off your butt.
Well,
like last week.
That was one of those nights where you sat at the cigar lounge and you smoked 4 cigars and you just keep buying beer. So
yeah,
I don't really remember what it tasted like, but I don't think it was bad. So
this pour goes down way too smooth. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more in a minute.
That's okay. There's more in the bottle. You're gonna have to get another bottle on order, though.
Actually, I'm probably gonna order a case of them. That's something else I need to add to the list.
So, in general, for $7 a pour, this pour is stellar.
I agree.
I think it's a stellar pour across the board, but especially for $7 a pour.
Yeah, we have 6 different pours now, ranging from $7 a pour up to about, I think, $28 a pour.
Yeah.
And we just got a couple of new ones in from Huber Winery. So the Starlight Boys got some good port in here. We got the Ruby or the Tawny Port. No, the Ruby Port and then the Knobstone
Reserve. Yeah.
And they're both fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to get those in the system here too. But
yep. They shouldn't be crazy expensive pours.
No.
No,
I think the Knobstone's the more expensive bottle, and I think it's only going to be like $11 a pour, maybe, if that. I don't know.
Yeah, easy. Easy.
So, did hear an update from Starlight on our pick. There's a good chance. Well, it's in our NDC hands right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hopefully coming to us within the next week or two.
That's awesome.
Hopefully. Also, James, shout out if you happen to be listening. James has been coming in here quite a bit.
Yeah.
And super nice guy. He's with Starlight, and he's been out, promoting their products and just getting in everywhere. And he's been here a couple times smoking cigars with us too. He wants to come out for the opening of that.
That would be awesome.
All that. Just a really, really great guy. Actually, there's nobody down there at Huber or Starlight that aren't just awesome people.
Yeah. It really is such a hospitable place, and they go out of their way to make it that way. So,
yeah,
that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that pick coming in.
I am too.
Sounds like we might have some overlap with the last of our final third bottles.
We're down to a case, I think, or a little over a case, which is fine. Whatever we have left, we'll keep them up there until we get down to that last case, and then we'll hold that last case for the 1 year mark. Really re-release it again.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Yep. So I just got back from Florida, was staying the week in Treasure Island, Florida, and there's some awesome cigar shops. There's a lot of not awesome ones, but there's a lot of awesome ones, and Florida's no tobacco tax makes it really easy on your wallet to buy a lot.
So where'd you end up going? What shops?
So one that I went to that I really enjoyed was right in the area. It was Bill's La Habana Cigar Lounge, and it was just a small shop. He had basically loungers next to the cash register, and
Is that the one that has like the cabinets kind of at different angles?
yes,
Yeah, we went in there too. They had some unique stuff in there.
yeah.
So
So
I was because I didn't find hardly anything boutique down there until I went in there, and they
Yeah.
had a lot.
oh yeah, and so that was really nice. I got to talk with who I assumed to be Bill. And he was telling me about La Polina, so I picked up most of their line, and what I've smoked, I've actually really enjoyed by them, and at the price point, I don't know if it was just Florida prices or whatever, but I've enjoyed all of that. I picked up a couple more. I picked up a Black Label Vaticum from him, and I love the Black Label stuff. It's all a very similar flavor profile, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
it works for me.
Always loved the Killer Bee.
Oh yeah, the Killer Bee's great. I love the I think it's the Salvation.
Yeah,
That's
If I remember, I think Salvation was the lightest one.
yeah.
Their line's typically bold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I picked that one up from them, and then when I was in Ybor City, shout out to King Corona, which Rob had told me about.
It's just a fun place to sit down and enjoy a drink and a smoke.
It really was
People
great
watch.
because we were walking around all day and it was blazing hot. Of course, it's Florida in July, so like the UV index is at 11.
Yeah.
It's like 90 degrees outside and you're just walking around.
Almost as bad as Vegas in July.
I could imagine that. I mean, everything
guys
about
out there.
PCA sounds great except for July.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah. But yeah, King Corona was fantastic. I picked up even more sticks there just because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
Like I sent a picture to Rob. They had what's that?
Placencia.
Yeah, they had the Placencia brand, like every single cigar at $15, and I'm
Yeah.
talking like the Alma de Fuego Toros at $15. I don't think I'd ever seen them that
Yeah.
cheap. But hey, that's
Well, and
that's a
they could
fantastic
have
stick.
two things going for them. They could be going off prices when they got the boxes last year, and also they have no tax. So
Yeah.
these things could be 35% less
Yeah.
than what we got ours in this year, just because of our taxes and the increases.
You know who
So
they
it's
also
hard to-
had there?
Who?
Aladino.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out.
I was stoked to see them having Aladino, and I talked the guy up about him and asked him if he had ordered any classics, and he told me that he didn't know what the classic was. So
You educated.
I
me?
did fill him in on that. And I
Good.
said, especially at its price point,
Oh.
it's going to be the best cigar in your humidor,
Yeah.
or pretty close to it.
I mean, it's a similar pricing of all the other Aladinos,
Yeah.
minus the Corojo Reserva.
Yep.
That was a little bit more expensive because of the high priming. I need more of this.
Okay. I'll pass it your way. Yeah. The
Thank
classic, I brought quite a few of those on vacation with me, and my father smoked all my classics because I gave him one the first day, and he was like, oh my gosh.
He smoked them all?
Smoked them all. I think I
Dang.
brought like 5, and he was just like, do you have another classic?
You probably took the Coronas, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what you do is you take a few of the Toros. That way you give him a Toro. He smokes the Toro a little longer. He doesn't smoke 3 at a time of the one Toro.
Oh, no.
Or
This
Gordo.
was 5 separate occasions.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. He
All
just
right.
loved the classic, which
don't
I
blame you.
understand it.
I love it,
Like,
too.
He said, this is the smoothest cigar that I've ever tasted. And, like,
It
he's
is
one
very
of those guys. If the cigar burns well and tastes decent, it's a great cigar. But he never has raved about a cigar like he did the Aladino Classic.
cool.
So,
When's his birthday? I know what you can get him.
December 7th.
See? We'll have plenty of classics.
Plenty of classics by then.
Buy him a whole crate of Gordos.
Gosh. He
tell
probably
you
would
something.
happily smoke them, but
I
just
smoked
don't
one because we only got the one box. We got more of the Gordos coming too.
Yeah.
I smoked one. One of the best burning Gordos I've ever smoked.
Really?
I mean, it was solid, crisp line all the way down, slow burner, perfect draw. I'm like, gosh, I just don't like the size, but
Yeah.
it burned perfectly.
How'd you cut it?
Um,
Did you V?
Yeah, I did
straight?
V. IV, yeah.
Because it's only a 60, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is staying pretty true to those same notes.
It really is.
The cigar's getting a little bit more on the earthy side.
And the peppers died down for me.
Yeah, me too.
But on the retrohale, I'm getting cherry and pepper now.
Oh, is that because of the port?
I think so.
Yeah, I can see that. I just haven't had a drink for a minute, so
Yeah.
definitely peppers died down. That umami note's kind of hanging pretty good.
Yeah.
Almost a mushroomy kind of thing, but
There is.
not in a bad, off-putting way.
Absolutely.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Truffles. Truffles. You ever had truffles?
No.
That's a truffle.
Okay.
That is so weird. That's a freaking truffle. So
I'll have
what
to
you need
take your
do
word
is
on it.
Get your dog, train him to be a pig to sniff out truffles, dig them up, make them. Tell me what you think. Or just go buy you a truffle pig, and you'll be fine.
Or just go buy truffles.
It's no fun. Buy a truffle pig. Come
Well,
on,
truffles are way expensive.
Truffle pigs need love too.
Are you talking about like black truffle, white truffle?
I don't know.
You
I've
don't
only
know.
had truffle at a restaurant once, so.
So what do you think I can find truffles in Indiana? They do that?
I don't know if you can find. I'm sure you can find them in Indiana, but I don't know. There's a movie out on Netflix. I think it is called Pig, and it's Nicolas Cage, and he's a truffle farmer.
Nicolas Cage.
Not really.
Nicolas Cage as the pig.
Yeah, as the pig. It's one of the most wasted times I ever had watching a movie. His
You know
pig gets stolen,
Oh,
and all it's about is him going trying to find his pig.
that adds up. That is a Nick Cage role. You know what his best role ever was?
What?
Left Behind. did you see that? Oh my god!
That's his best role.
He plays the same character in every single.
Oh, he
one.
does.
So
He does.
I don't know. That's just a joke. I always think
That-
it's funny that he got roped into that.
That was kind of an odd. That was almost like let's pay one actor a lot of money and everybody else is going to get crap. We're
yeah,
going to put one actor so we get people to come to theaters and watch it.
it is a terrible movie. Terrible theology. 0 out of 100.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see Nicolas Cage in a Left Behind movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
What was that? Oh, National Treasure. That was actually probably
Those were
his
actually
best
pretty
role.
good. Yeah.
Growing up, I used to watch those all the time.
We did too. I still like watching them when they're on TV.
You're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence? Of course we are.
Of course we are.
And we're gonna write on it with lemon
Juice. Yeah. Nothing can go wrong here.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I really think if somebody stole the Declaration of Independence, that would be a war crime.
I think it probably is.
Yeah. They would be shot immediately.
Yes.
As long as their blood didn't get on the Declaration of Independence.
Well, did they sign blood? They signed in blood?
I don't think so.
No, they didn't. I'm just kidding.
They start the country as vampires? Probably.
Probably did. Yeah.
I did.
Into the second, third, probably almost the middle of second, third, not quite.
Yeah.
And a lot of that spice dropped off.
Yeah.
The
woodiness is picking up, though.
a lot. Yeah. And again, it's not a cedar, it's not an oak or a pine. It's another kind of wood. I don't know if it's a walnut or what that wood is, but there's definitely a woody note to it.
Absolutely.
So what else you got going on this week, man?
I don't
Are
know.
you actually back? now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I'll be here
He
Friday
walked
and
in here this
Saturday.
weekend, man. I didn't even know what he looked like. I forgot who he was.
Gosh.
I had to reintroduce myself to him.
I was legitimately gone for a week, which was basically
Like a month here.
two weekends of me not working here.
Whatever.
And Rob treats it like I was gone, like for 3 months.
Had to hire somebody else.
You had to hire her anyway.
Oh wait, we already hired her. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, my sister Tam's working here now. So
Hey.
make sure you come in and tell her go Avs because she loves the Avalanche.
She does love the Avalanche, and she is also very proud to be Rob's sister.
Very, very proud.
You should tell her how great of a brother he is and how nice of a human being he is.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
don't address her at all when you're doing it.
No, you'll like her. She's a great
Just
girl.
whisper it into her ear. Sweet nothings about Rob.
That would be
You know what
hilarious.
my favorite thing about Tam has been?
What's that?
She's smoking the infused stuff.
She actually has been smoking a lot of the other stuff too.
I know, but she can actually tell us what the infused stuff is like.
Exactly. Right now,
She enjoys it.
So she's bouncing between the Sweet Jane and Leather Rose right now are her two favorites on the sweet cigars.
Yeah.
But she's been smoking a lot of the classics. She's loved the classics.
I told her she needs to
Paladino.
grab one of those Rosa Sharons in there.
Oh, she did. She grabbed one of those to take home, so she's
Good.
smoking that over the weekend.
Good. That's a fantastic cigar. We should do a Southern Draw pairing at some point. I'm
Yeah,
sure we will.
We will, yeah. It just depends if we want to go with the Rosa Sharon, which is going to be more of a
It is.
medium, mild to medium,
Yeah.
Connecticut, but a ton of flavor.
That's the best Connecticut I think I've had.
It's right up there for me too.
I'm sure there's another one that I've really enjoyed, but the Rose of Sharon, especially in the Lancero, fantastic.
Yeah, and I've only had one Lancero. Now, have you ever had the?
I'll have to order some from Cigars International for you to.
No,
No can do.
I'll see if I can get some. That would be kind of fun.
They're great.
Have you ever had the Desert Rose?
No.
Okay,
I've heard
that's the
that's
one I gotta find.
spectacular.
It is. It's just a
Was that a limited release?
no.
Oh,
no, I think they
okay.
released it. I don't think it was limited. Now it was limited in getting it because they ran out so quick.
Yeah.
But I'll have to check and see if it's back in stock.
Cool.
No, it's just a more full-bodied version of the Rosa Sharon. It's like the
Amazing.
Rosa Sharon with pepper, and it's really nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, the second time I got COVID, I was sitting in my parents' garage
let it go out.
smoking the Rose of Sharon Lancero. So I have very fond memories of that cigar.
All right. You do you, buddy.
You do you.
Oh, man. Yeah, we got a nice hot day in Indiana today, back up to 90s again. I think this is going to be that one summer that we have like every 15 years it's hot.
Oh my!
Started
gosh.
off early spring, and we had a great probably month and a half of spring, which we never have
Yeah.
anymore. And then all of a sudden, boom,
Drought.
98 and 120 degree wind or heat
It
index.
finally rained on Friday.
Yeah.
But it was not enough to make up for anything.
No, but at least it was a slow soaker as opposed to the one the day before that literally was a 10-minute downpour.
Yeah.
Everything was flooded out here. I looked out 10 minutes later, dry as a bone.
Oh my gosh.
God. But you know what? We're in Indiana. You get about every kind of weather here. So
Yeah.
have been seeing a lot of great things coming out of PCA this week. There's been a few of my bookmarked. I can't remember the name of what they were, but ones I hadn't even heard that were coming out from different brands.
Yeah.
And I'm reaching out to some people about them because, there's some special stuff happening out there. I'm excited to get out there next year because I definitely want to be a part of getting to know everybody in the industry,
Yeah.
more so than just talking to them on the phone or meeting them when they've shown up out here. And
saw
also
that-
get to know more of the shop owners too.
Yeah. I saw that Guy Fieri was out there.
Yep.
with the knuckle sandwich, which
Yeah,
that's
He
pretty
is-
cool.
Yeah, I mean, he is very much into that cigar too. It's not like he's one of the celebrities that slaps his name on it because it's something cool to do.
Yeah.
He had input on the blend of that cigar, making sure it was where he wanted it to be. Him and Eric worked together. That is truly his cigar.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
and I think from what I'm hearing, he wants to put out more. He wants to get his line expanded even more, and I think it'll
Hey,
sell well.
If the next ones are as good, it'll sell just fine. Because really, those are special cigars.
And since we know Guy's listening,
Yeah. He's listening.
yeah, we'd love to have a guy come out here and do an event.
Please.
His cigars, we got his tequila up here on the shelf. You know, I'd love to see him come through and do one of his, diners, dives, and drive-ins. Is that what it's called?
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Thank you. I always get them backwards.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see him come by here and do one of those. I
Roll
know.
up in that red Mustang or whatever it is.
I heard someone told me that he did it next door here. He came in here and did one next door years ago, and I'm like, I have a hard time believing that.
Hog House or whatever.
It probably was, but I mean it's the same.
He did one in Indy on 10th Street at the Steer Inn, which is just a classic. It's a neighborhood staple diner.
Yeah.
The place is good, though. Their tenderloin sandwiches to die for. But that's how you know it's a good diner in Indiana, if their tenderloin sandwich is good.
Absolutely. Guess what I just had for lunch today from Broadway?
Tenderloin?
Not a sandwich, but the tenderloin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, trying to cut down on all my carbs. So I just got the deep fried, pork tenderloins.
Yeah.
The bread on
I'm
top
surprised
of it.
you actually ate today, but you probably figured.
I figured you're coming, we're drinking.
I can't do it again with Isaiah. Literally after the last shooting, which I am going to leave that episode as unreleased
We'll release at some point.
at some point.
It was a drunk fest.
It wasn't great. You said the F word like 7 times in the first 5 minutes.
I never say the F word.
Never.
Never.
Except you did then.
Oops.
Like, I'd either have to get explicit.
Nah. No reason to give them any reason why to drop us off that fast. We don't have much of a channel going that's going to be really sought after for YouTube to shut down.
Yeah.
But don't give them any more reason to do it. They're already shutting down a lot of stuff on tobacco and alcohol.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad. I have to go and search for really any content anymore. None of it comes up as suggested for me.
Really?
Yeah. No, that's a lie. There was a video yesterday that came up suggested that was Tim from Cigars Daily talking about that FDA overruling that happened, which is
great news.
Yeah.
Hopefully it continues. Again, great timing too with the PCA going on.
Absolutely.
Hopefully the shop owners and the brand owners are out there and they're giving the PCA and CRA and all them the accolades they deserve. NRA, yeah. But I mean, they're giving them. Hopefully, they're getting all the accolades they deserve because they're out there. I mean, there's a reason why we support, those organizations.
Absolutely.
As an individual and as a consumer, you can support the PCA as well. It's a yearly fee, and basically what it gets you. I think as a consumer, you get a couple cigars or whatever too. But the big thing is that money is going for them to fight legislation to make sure to keep these things legal so we can enjoy them.
Absolutely.
You've already heard, I'm sure, the constant fight on flavored cigars.
Yeah.
Brands like Swisher that have the dead or the True Estate stuff. It's just like that would be devastating for that line. Now maybe they may have a way of getting around it because of their infusion process, but
Well, the Deadwood
all the
stuff,
time,
I don't think it's traditionally infused.
It's
though.
not. It's more like you said, like a pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
But again, if they're considering it a flavored product, they could go after it. I mean, shoot, when they first started this, there was rumors that they were going to go after cigars that have flavor notes. And you're like,
That have flavor notes?
yeah, if you get flavors out of it, like if we're sitting here talking about this, say, oh, we're getting a dark chocolate note in this, chocolate's a note, that's a no-no. And that was one of the rumors going around at first. That's been shunned. That's been dropped.
That would be so dumb.
It would be. What do you get in your flavor notes? Tobacco.
There are no flavor notes.
Tobacco.
No flavor notes. Please don't cancel this cigar.
Exactly.
It doesn't taste.
So it's good news. I hope what's going to happen now that the judge kind of knocked that off, from the courts of just basically banning them or putting more regulations on them.
Yeah.
I hope what happens is they realize the difference between these and cigarettes and vape.
Yeah.
And if they do that, if you need to put different regulations on different products, so be it. Bottom line is,
Because
I don't
right
know
now,
a lot about vape, but I know
is
there's
the enemy.
It is, and The thing about vaping is I don't care. I mean, again, my opinion is if you're an adult, you should be able to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to do whatever you want to do to your body, do it. But I don't want them lumped in with cigars because this is an all-natural product. You know, the infused stuff, some of that's not all natural.
Yeah.
But for the most part, premium cigars are a natural product. All leaves, I mean, all you're doing is lighting them on fire. You don't inhale them, so you're not getting the negative effects of the actual smoke. I mean, there's really nothing bad about these things.
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't like the smoke, that's one thing. You can leave the room or sit on the patio.
yeah.
But if it's just about the facts of all the negative effects of tobacco, that's not what they're talking about when the negative effects of tobacco. It's cigarettes.
Yeah, and like with vape, you think about the vape juice. All it is propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin.
Yeah.
I don't know what the effects of those on your lungs are.
I don't either.
Like,
well, and I don't know about if one of those chemicals have like heavy metal in it.
yeah,
It's like aluminum or something like that in it.
Yeah.
It's like you're just inhaling that in your lungs. It's like, man, that's got to have some bad effects long term.
Yeah,
Especially when you see these kids, and I'm not just saying just kids as in like little kids. I'm talking about, teenagers or even up in the 20-somethings that are, vaping. The way they vape is like, it's just with a cigarette, you have to go outside, smoke your quick cigarette, and usually it's a cigarette break, come back in, work for a while, go back. With vaping, you can sit there at your desk and kind of sneak a few puffs here and there all day long. And I see people just constantly doing it. I'm like, that can't have a good effect on your body. And then we sit and drink all day. Surely that can't be bad.
it's not bad.
No.
No.
But again, it should be an adult choice. It's not like this is freaking cocaine.
No.
No, it's not. And we could always get in the marijuana debate, but again, that's a whole different animal too.
Yeah. Final Third will never be a head shop.
No. There's one down the road here.
Yeah. The Joint.
Joint. The Joint.
But
Love it.
But they don't sell. They
Subliminal.
don't sell marijuana though.
Well, Indiana legally can't yet.
Yeah.
It will be
They do
here.
sell all the Delta 8
And 9.
9, and I think Delta O products.
They had, what do they call it, THCO,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
THCO. Which is
I
all.
don't know enough about that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. One of my friends tried to educate me, and it all flew all the way above my head because I do not partake.
Did he roofie you? Is that what you're saying?
No, he did
No?
not do
Oh,
that.
okay.
I just asked him what the difference was like. And he's a very educated partaker. So
Sorry about that.
yeah, it's okay. I'll teach you how to smoke one of these days.
Water. Good old H2O.
H20.
Okay. I was trying to get my inner Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Couldn't get that. That's some good quality H2O right there. Get anything new? Staying pretty true now that we're in that second third.
The earthiness is picking up
A lot.
but I think it might be just amplified by the port because there is definitely an earthy quality in the port. But
Yeah.
it's not the most prevalent thing.
Right, and that's the thing about this port we're drinking is more on the fruity side,
Yeah.
sweeter side. A couple of the other ports, especially the more well-aged ports, pulls a lot of those notes from the barrels, and you get a lot more of those darker, like you were saying earlier, kind of a honey molasses kind of note. But you get more of the wood notes from it. Just like you get in a whiskey, when you overage a whiskey, you get way more oak than what you probably are intending for. Very similar, that 20-year back there. I've had a 50-year port, and it's very oaky, very oaky. Good, but very oaky. Some people like that, some people don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I am sensitive when it comes to amounts of oak, especially in whiskeys. Some of them just get like tannic.
Oh yeah.
Too much oak, and that's not my favorite thing. Like Elijah Craig 18 I think it's nasty. Or most of the bottles of that I've had are nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can appreciate some of the Elijah Craigs. I'm not. I mean,
I'm not a huge Elijah
I mean, if
Craig
I want a low proof sipper, like the Toasted Barrel's pretty good. I just don't tend to go to low proof very often.
No, neither do I.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I have
It's not my
a
jam.
Elijah Craig barrel proof pick that I think is stellar, but that's the only Elijah Craig that I've ever thought that about. It's just kind of sad, I guess. It's a heritage brand, but it's just not my flavor palette.
Right.
A lot of them, to me, get what I think of as like a pink eraser note on them, like right at the finish. It's just a little bit chalky, and I don't like it. I am all about mouthfeel and finish, and if the flavor notes in between can be whatever they want to be, but if the mouthfeel is fantastic and the finish is long and gives me something worthwhile, it's a great whiskey.
Yeah.
Heck, that's how I pick whiskeys.
Yeah, and that's one thing. You know, there's some really great whiskey coming out. Isaiah brought by a bottle the other night. It was a local elite beverage pick of an Old Forester.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
It's fantastic.
I mean,
yeah.
and I try to watch myself saying this too much because I keep having amazing bourbons, but it's definitely in the top 5 for me of this year's bourbons I've tried.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Yeah. So it's a, I think it's a Warehouse K Floor 2 pick. So it's one of the lower ricks. And honestly, I think it really is just a fantastic expression of Old Forester barrel proof.
Well, we were actually looking at possibly doing that. As the pairing today was the 1920.
Yeah.
And it's that Prohibition style. And would be a great pairing with this. But this is the first time we've done one with a port, so we wanted to kind of throw that in there too. And I'm glad we did. It turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, the port has been stellar. Rob's over there playing with his stick.
Again.
Where's the pink slip?
So glad it's 21 and over establishment. Well, I guess it's still not appropriate, is it?
Still not.
Okay.
Sadly. Not even sadly.
Sadly. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man. So what else been going on? Anything else? Anything else you do on vacation you enjoyed?
Did a lot of boating, a lot of eating, a lot of tiki drinks, painkillers and Mai Tais were my go-tos.
Nice.
I think I only drank whiskey once on vacation, and it was Suntory Japanese whiskey.
Nice.
Because I was at a Japanese steakhouse, and I thought, you know what, it's cool enough in here that I can drink whiskey and enjoy it. And
Nice.
It was great. So
That's cool.
yeah. I didn't know how well Japanese whiskey would actually pair with like sushi and that sort of deal. It's fantastic.
Oh, I bet.
It's fantastic. Like I understand that they're made in the same area and all that deal, but I didn't. You just don't know. So I think I had ahi tuna that was seared and rare in the middle, and it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Love ahi tuna.
Oh my goodness. I ate so much fish. I don't think I ate anything other than fish when I was there. Kind of
Yeah, if you can find some good
other
places that
than
have fresh fish.
the Cuban sandwiches, because I kept eating those too.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't pick one up at King Corona.
I was just so hot, dude. I wasn't hungry for anything, especially not a hot sandwich.
Well,
Kept wanting potato salad when I was there. I used to do that in college. I'd buy a big tub of potato salad and just eat on it for lunches.
nice.
Yeah.
I do like potato salad.
vegetarian.
I don't like the mustard. I like more of the mayonnaise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and if you or a loved one makes it with Miracle Whip, cut them out of your life.
it's not terrible. It's better than mustard.
Miracle Whip is like Splenda mayonnaise.
God.
It's nasty. Nobody likes it, except for my grandma.
Apparently, a lot of people do because it's the #1 seller of all mayonnaise type products.
Duke's mayo or die.
Duke's mayo is good stuff.
Yeah, I saw a guy with a Duke's mayonnaise tattoo one time, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I might do that.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. No boy over here doing it.
Dude,
Come on.
get a Duke's mayonnaise
Duke's mayo.
tattoo
Right on your belly.
Well, I was thinking about
Belly
doing
made
it
by Duke's
either
mayo.
as a tramp stamp or
No.
just on my thigh.
No, you got to do it here. Belly made by Duke's mayo.
Duke's mayonnaise. God bless him. It's the yellow cap.
Yes, it is. So you coming back to work this week?
Yeah,
All right.
if you'll have me.
Okay, good. Good. I don't know. Might have to file new paperwork. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's been a
Took
while.
me out of the system already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day you left.
I left. That's it for him. That's funny.
Well, I'm Andrew Trump. You're fired.
That's so dumb. That is so stupid, Rob.
You're fired.
You want any more?
Of course I want more.
Of course you want more. Well, I'm for it. The beautiful thing about
So good.
this is that it's 19.5%. So, like, as whiskey drinkers, I haven't even been touched by this.
Yeah.
All I ate this morning was a bowl of oats. So,
Yeah, I had half a tenderloin.
yep.
The one, like I said, it is 19.5%. You get a full 3-ounce pour. What's a typical wine? It's around 10% or less, usually.
Yeah, they're, I would say 12 to 14%.
Is it that? Okay.
It's pretty typical.
So, I mean, I think a typical pour of a wine is either 5 or 6 ounces.
yeah.
And then you're getting 3 ounces of port just because it's a little bit higher proof.
Yeah.
But the price is a little lower, too. So,
It is. This is a great sipper. Please don't ask for it on the rocks. I don't know what that would do.
I think it would, honestly, I think it would ruin it. I could see it being decent, slightly chilled.
Yeah.
But it's made to be poured right off the bar back. You don't want it to be chilled. You want it just to be kind of a nice room temperature, maybe slightly cooler than room temperature.
The other beautiful thing about port is that its shelf life is...
Yeah, you're talking about 9 months to a year.
Yeah. So you can crack a bottle, have it, and not have to worry about it. Unlike wine, where there's still enough going on in there that it could keep fermenting.
Yeah, and I mean, wine will last you, should only last you a few days.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we haven't really added wine yet here. We might eventually, and I'm sure we probably will.
Just get some Franzia.
Yeah, I don't know enough about wine, but I know that's probably not a good idea.
Get the Kirkland boxes.
Big old boxes, yeah. No, actually, one of our liquor reps, he does a lot of. They have more wine than anything in their portfolio.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of really high end Italian wines as well.
Yeah.
And they said that a lot of them are going to start doing the single serve bottles.
That would be awesome.
That would be great because most of the single serve bottles, not that they're bad, but they're usually cheaper type wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we get some good wine in here, that way we don't have to charge so much for a pour. You're getting your one pour and that's it. And that way you don't have to pay for a bottle to get a pour because the rest of the bottle may get thrown away.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm excited. Hopefully that'll
That would
happen.
be great.
I would love to get a good cab in here, get a, maybe a Merlot.
I love Pinots.
Pinot would be a great one in there too. And obviously, you can still get some Moscatos and stuff like that. That's going to be sweeter for someone that wants a sweeter wine.
Moscato.
Lisa hates that one. The one
Really?
she likes the most is the Moscato d'Asti from Olive Garden. That's one of her favorites.
From Olive Garden.
From Olive Garden.
Do they sell that in the stores?
Yeah, they do actually.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's not an expensive bottle either. It's
Yeah.
I honestly I can't remember. It's like 30
Speaking
40
of
bucks.
wine, I took Victoria to Bloomington for her birthday, and we
Oliver?
went to Oliver.
Yeah,
They have good wine. You just can't find it in the stores.
they sell most of their higher end stuff at the winery, I believe.
Yeah, but even their higher end stuff tops out at $35 a bottle, which
Yeah.
is like, as far as wine goes, that's nothing.
Right.
Like, I don't know. You order table service wine, you pay a lot of bucks for that bottle.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
Well, that's the thing though too. Table service of that bottle is probably $60.
oh yeah. But that being said, they have some fantastic wines. I think my favorite there was their Zinfandel, which I never had of that type anywhere, but it was just a dry red. It was fantastic. It had a lot of the French oak notes in it, which is probably why I enjoyed it that much. But they put out more than just the sweet stuff, Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.
Let it be known.
Well, and there are quite a few really good wineries around Indiana too. I mean, you've got Bear Wallow, you've got French Lick, you've got Cedar Creek. There's some up north too. I can't remember the names. I think one's called 3 E's, which was really good. At least I went there. And then there's some down in southern Indiana that are nice too. There's a lot of good wine in Indiana. And the cool thing right now in Indiana, people don't think much about Indiana as being a really good liquor state. And we're picking up some great distilleries. We've always had really great breweries.
Oh yeah.
And we've had wineries around forever. I mean, that's how, Huber started out, with Starlight. They started out as the winery, and they just expanded that to the distillery.
Yeah, they started doing brandies and then and then into whiskeys.
And again, their wine's fantastic as well.
I love the generations.
Well, and I need to get through and try more of their wines. Whenever I go down there, I always just drink all the whiskey.
Yeah, the problem is you have to do the wines after you do the whiskey.
Yeah.
When you try some of their reds, they're a little bit acidic and they'll ruin your palate for whiskey.
Although we did try that white dog from, what was that one white dog they were doing? Was it a grape brandy or something?
Yeah, that was their brandy.
It's like 165, 170
Yeah,
proof.
fantastic.
It actually would tasted pretty good.
Great.
Except for they poured us a glass about half full like this. And we're like, we haven't even started our whiskey yet.
We haven't started our pick. Like, they're good about that. It just giving you a lot of options to taste.
Yeah.
And
So I did hear some more good news. So Moondrops down the road here in Portville.
yeah,
From what I've heard, they may be opening up the tasting room September 1st.
that's awesome.
So I hope that's the case. I haven't talked to Mark personally to find out for sure if that's accurate, but I've heard it from a few people that know him well. So hopefully we're going to have that distillery open down here. They'll have a stage out back. You can go hang out and listen to music and relax. And, obviously their whiskey's going to be, their own stuff. It's going to be a little while. And they just put the still in 6 months ago.
But right now they're putting out some pretty solid MGP.
Yeah.
So even their whiskey is
Yeah,
good.
their whiskey's already good. I
Yeah.
just can't wait to try their own stuff.
Oh yeah. I'll have to go by and try their white dog sometime once they open.
I'd like to as well. That might be the one we need to get.
Yeah. Of course, they sell it proof down as moonshine,
Yeah.
but I would like to try cash strength what's going into the barrels because that's a very good tell of what's coming out of the barrel.
Well, one of these days we'll have to make a trip down there and show you the place so you can see the tour,
Yeah.
get a tour of the place too, and
Yeah, I gotta
we
see
could
it.
talk some more questions on them
Yeah.
because they're already doing vodkas and rums and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, you got to do all your white spirits as the distillery's kicking up, because those like even a gin you can make in a day.
Right.
So it's a huge process, but whiskey takes time.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's part of the
Yeah.
art.
When it's
though.
done right though.
Yeah.
So we were up in northern Indiana over the weekend. Lisa and I were. And I went to a local liquor store there and got one that I hadn't tried before. It's Three Rivers Distilling. It's their bourbon, but it's called Third something. But it's not a lot of age on it, so I'm probably assuming that they're doing something similar to Indiana Whiskey Co., where they're using small barrels.
Yeah.
But it's super unique. It was all Indiana corn and wheat. And it was, starting off, it tasted like corn husks. And then it got more into just the sweet corn with the wheat. And it actually turned out to be pretty nice. So
Yeah.
it's a little lower proof. It's like, I think it's around 90 proof too.
Okay.
But I got some over there for you to try.
Definitely have to. That'd be interesting to try an all Indiana corn and wheat mash bill, because that's the same thing that 055 does.
Right.
All Indiana sweet corn and red winter wheat.
And I'm going over to meet Jason. I've never met him before. We've talked on social media.
Oh,
That's it.
Jason's awesome, man.
I'm gonna go meet him. A week from today.
Great.
I'm gonna go over and meet him and talk to him and see the place and see about maybe setting us up a barrel pick with them in the future.
That'd be fantastic. Jason is such a solid dude.
I've heard
And
that.
If you have literally any question about distilling, he will happily talk your ear off.
That's
about
cool.
it. He is. The thing is with him is he's very open about everything that they do. He will tell you everything they do down to the complete recipe, because you can't replicate what they do.
Right. They grow everything. They control everything.
It wouldn't matter if you replicated his exact recipe on his still in Kentucky. It's not the same thing. That
Yeah.
basement there, like it's literally a basement that he's aging 30-gallon barrels in. It works some magic.
Well,
the grain he's growing out back works some magic. It is crazy.
What I've heard is where he ages them, he actually has that temperature and humidity controlled.
Yeah.
So I mean that will get you exactly what you want. And that's consistency there. So that's what I'm kind of excited about doing a barrel pick, to see the differences in the barrels in a controlled environment like that.
I've got 2 different barrel picks from him.
I've had a couple of them, and honestly, they're all very similar.
Yeah.
But a lot of it depends on the proof. The proof changes a lot of
What
their
shocked
flavor.
me was how much time changed it. Because when we went for the Indiana Bourbon Club pick there, we had 2 that were over 4. We had one that was like 3 year, 8 months. So it's like almost 4 years, practically 4 years.
Yeah.
And we tried that one, and it was spicy. And we're like, what the heck? That's weird.
So 6 months to knock the spice off.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was just...
What is their mash bill? Do you know off the top of your head? Of their traditional bourbon.
Don't quote me on this and ask him. I think it's 80-20.
Okay.
I think it's 80 corn, 20 red winter wheat.
Okay.
But, of course, they also have their 100% corn mash bill, the
Sweet corn, baby.
cast strength sweet corn, which is a
That
special bottle.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm gonna try really hard to get a bottle. I hope they have maybe one left I can buy off his back shelf or something.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites right there.
I wonder if Lisa would like that one, too. She has expensive
I think she
taste.
will. I think she will. She loved that Nulu pick that Eric brought in.
Oh, yeah?
She ended up buying the bottle off of him.
That's awesome.
She's been sipping on that for the last week and a half.
Yeah, the earthiness is kicking up in this cigar for me.
Pepper's picking up a little in the nose, too.
Yeah, it's getting more woody, and it actually reminds me more of a I don't know, it just reminds me of when I was cutting down a maple tree, like a silver oak or a silver maple in
Getting all the sawdust in your mouth.
no, you just smell it. Like when you're cutting wood, you smell it. So that's what it reminds me of. So it's a very gentle woody note. It's not like when you're cutting cedar and it permeates the air and all that sort of deal. It's
Okay.
it's very nice.
Black pepper in the retro is popping pretty hard right now.
Oh yeah.
That lit me up a little bit.
Yeah.
So second, third mellows out and just kind of gets you prepped up for the final third.
Yeah.
FinalThirdCigar.com.
Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, located in Ingalls, Indiana.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, this is fantastic.
I love it.
Speaking of pepper, I finally got 2 jalapenos off of my garden. So I am looking forward to trying them and seeing if my soil composition has produced
Anything
spicy jalapenos or green bell peppers. Because you really never know.
Never know.
It is so dependent, and it's even dependent on the growing season too.
I don't think Lisa planted any peppers, but she planted a tomato plant back here. We've already pulled 4 tomatoes off of it and ate them
That's awesome.
right here at the lounge.
Yeah.
See, we're even making snacks here.
Don't steal our tomatoes.
Well, I mean, if you see one, you can have it.
2 of my Roma plants died, and I can't figure out why.
You water them twice a day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Huh, that's
I don't know
weird.
what was up. I think it was
Could've
a
been
rabbit
bug or something. Or rabbits, yeah. Rabbits will do that too.
But they didn't touch the other one. Well, because the other one's surrounded by jalapeno and poblanos.
Well, you may need, if you need any cages, Lisa has cages at home. You can put
Yeah.
around your tomato plants. Cages are real important with rabbits around our area too.
Yeah. And that woody earthiness is really nice.
It is.
And it's playing well with the creaminess too. Because that cherry cordial thing is really stuck around.
Tried to take that right there a little deeper than I should have. Woo!
Oh, and the sweetness of the port is even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's lifted up. It's not syrupy sweet, but it is definitely sweet.
Yeah. I'm still getting a little of the kind of honey molasses almost,
Yeah.
but it's that
Yeah, I think of
blackberry
it as like
cherry
a
or something.
clover honey right at the end.
Yeah.
Like just your
Which is what you
run-of-the-mill
typically get out of port.
honey. Yeah.
That's something I'd like to do one of these days is find a really good mead. I had a mead out in Richmond. This place is no longer there. First time I ever had mead, and it was just a traditional mead, honey and water and yeast and all the goodness, and it was almost 20%, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And they even sold me a growler of it. And boy, I'll tell you what, a growler of 20% beer.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
There's actually a meadery in downtown.
Yeah, in Fountain Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't tried their stuff.
I wish they would, when we were there, they had everything kind of proofed down
Oh, okay.
to like, anywhere from 5 to maybe 10%.
It's kind of sad.
And I kind of wish and I think they do releases that are higher percentages. They have a Magpie port.
What?
It's freaking amazing. If you get down there and try their Magpie, it's very seasonal.
Okay.
So it's probably about any time now.
Yeah.
But nice place. Fountain Square, downtown Indianapolis. There's a lot of really fun stuff to do in that area too.
There it is.
Kind of a hipster kind of area.
Yeah. Oh, I was at a bachelor party, and we were down on the Mass Ave area, and I wanted a pour of whiskey. So we ended up going to the Exchange again, and
How was
honestly,
it?
they had a better selection than when we were there.
Good.
They had. I ended up getting a pour of Henry McKenna 10, which is a mildly allocated bottle,
Yeah.
but it was just like, hey, this is a solid underproof bottle, and they want $11 for it.
Nice. That's
Wonderful.
not bad at all.
Which, like,
That was
according to the bottle cost, it's actually spot on. So
Yeah, that was the only issue I had when we went down there was their selection was not
thin.
great.
Yeah.
They had basically one bottle on their bar that I either didn't already have here at one point or already had,
Or didn't want.
or didn't exactly, and it was a barrel release, which was really good, but
That's an expensive pour, though,
it was.
because they're like $100 bottles.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, really cool vibe. I love the vibe, and I'm assuming that, calling themselves the Whiskey Exchange on Mass Ave, they're going to have good selection, at least at some
They
point.
should, yeah. A couple of the guys got their old fashioned, stellar old fashioned.
Only second to Final Thirds.
I might have liked it better.
Oh,
Of course, I think
it's okay for you to be wrong.
for my preferences,
Don't tell Lisa that.
For my preferences, our old fashioned is a little sweet.
It is a little sweet. Actually, so Will was asking me if I'd make it, half sweet, and he loves it.
Yeah,
So maybe what we need to do is if someone wants an old fashioned,
quarter ounce.
talk to them about it and say, are you looking for a sweeter old fashioned or, one a little bit more bourbon forward?
Yeah,
And all you got to do is knock it from half ounce to quarter ounce.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, so our standard recipe is a little sweet for me, but
It is sweet.
it's a great old fashioned.
And you could also reverse that too and get 120 proof bourbon
Yeah.
and do the same mixture.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have the same effect.
Yeah.
I will say I did an old fashioned with the final third barrel pick, and it was really good.
I believe that.
Really
I
good.
believe that.
We're talking about everything today.
You might as well.
Remember the pairing we're doing?
Yeah. St. Francis with the Lodge Reserve. This is a vlog style. We're gonna go around and watch Rob clean the shop today.
Yay. I got the filters all in. I can't wait to see how those things work this week.
Did they come with new foam on the end, or did you have
They
to
did.
wash that?
That was all new. Everything's new.
That's awesome. The foam that was on there was like brown.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be. It's
Yeah.
all
Nicotine.
smoke. Yeah. It did its job, that's for sure. Because all three layers, even when you got down to the charcoal filter, charcoal filters look pretty decent, but that's the last line of defense.
Yeah.
So, 3 new filters in each one of them.
3 new. And did you already buy the next round?
Yeah, we got,
Oh, okay.
I think enough for 3. So, at least this year.
Cool.
They're expensive.
But
Very, very expensive.
when they're back ordered and you need them,
Gosh.
it sucks.
So that's something I heard on another podcast because I asked Lisa, I said, how are we doing on cigar bags? She's like, oh, we barely touched anything you bought when we first opened up. Like, that's good because I've heard there's about a 6-month delay on cigar bags right now.
Like the bags that we give
Yeah.
people when they're grabbing and
Yeah.
going.
I'm like, isn't that insane?
I'd give them Ziploc bags if we run out.
Exactly.
Like, we'll put a final third sticker on them.
Boom.
Yeah, done. Brought to you by Great Value and Final Third.
Exactly. Yes.
That's all they are, man. That is weird.
Yeah. I can't confirm that yet because I haven't called my bag manufacturer to see if
Your
that's
bag
accurate.
guy,
My bag guy.
bagpipes.
But I think he's pretty much the same one that everyone buys from because it's the same bag everyone has.
Fine cigars.
Yep.
Hopefully they're fine.
I'll get some with our logo on them eventually, but we needed them too fast this last time.
No need. I mean, then especially brands will sometimes just ship bags, like the Blackbird bags that we have over there, and we had Aladino,
Casa Cuevas.
Cuevas. We got Casa
Blackbird.
Cuevas?
Huh?
We have Casa Cuevas.
We
one?
did for
Yeah.
the event.
Oh yeah. Yep. So that's the way to do it.
It is.
Send us your bags.
That port's beautiful.
It
My
really
gosh.
is. It's nice and I guess creamy on the palate, but there is also a lot of that red fruit note, and there's a little bit of baking spice showing up on it now for me, but it still finishes with that clover honey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm digging it. That's what's kind of nice too when you said like you get that little bit of a kind of moistens your palate.
Yeah,
This is a little bit of a drying cigar, so they kind of plays nice together.
yeah, absolutely.
This is definitely not one of the cigars to make your mouth water. At least not in the way that some of them we had here recently
Yeah.
do. So it's nice to have a good pairing that's going to kind of wet your whistle as you're smoking. Wet your whistle.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Uh-huh.
I gotcha. Ugh. Yeah. I think we could probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's not going to change anymore from this point. So yeah, I mean down to the final third now. The dark notes, the earthy notes, the
That's almost like
Kind of
a
little bit of a char, almost like a charred wood note.
yeah, but the earthiness is almost like a very dry chocolate, like a
It is.
non-sweet.
It's a very, very, very bitter
Yeah.
chocolate. But I mean, it's not changing anything with the port. The port's still giving it all the sweetness and fruitiness. So
Absolutely.
great balance between sweet, spice, sweet, and savory. It's kind of a combination of both. So,
Yep.
so yeah. So that's it for this one. Again, St. Francis from All Saints.
And the Smith Woodhouse Lodge Reserve Port.
Yeah, stop by this week and get this pairing for 10% off. Again, it's going to be in that 16 and a half range
Yeah.
for the pairing. I think you're going to enjoy it. I'll get more bottles because I think we're going to sell them pretty quick.
I think so.
So we'll get them going. And thanks again for listening. I'm Rob,
And I'm Isaiah.
and you can follow me on Instagram at Final Third Cigar. Go to our website, finalthirdcigar.com. Check out the full-length videos there, some reviews. I need to get on more reviews. And you can definitely follow us there. We'll have the events page updated a little bit better, hopefully going forward. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Again, this week we have the Cave Dwellers. It's a blues band locally here. It's going to be playing on Saturday the 16th, so stop by and see us then. They're doing it from, I believe it's 6 to 8 p.m.
6 to 8.
And it's going to be a blast out there on the patio. Hopefully have some good weather for it.
Absolutely. And you can find me on Instagram at The Whiskey Pastor.
So thanks a lot, guys, and we will see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.